A confident and well-dressed group of 76ers making their way to the locker room earlier on, looking for success on their home court. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, for Bradley Beal, it all started with his shot. His mom was a great athlete in her own right, and she coached him. By age 7, he was making high school range threes. He said, "I just run from arc to arc. I loved it because you knew you had to guard me all the way out there. And everywhere I went, it was shooter, shooter. My name became shooter. Evan, it still is."
It sure is. Thanks, David. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. They've got Caron Butler. Steph Curry's out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Oakley, and it's Garnett in at the 4 slot. And for Philadelphia, we've got Derrick Rose. Shaquille O'Neal is out there with Kevin Love. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Van Arsdale in at the small forward. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on, if we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the team that you don't have a chance to win their championship.
O'Neal, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Great court awareness by Derrick Rose, reading every inch of the floor so well.
Beal against McGrady. Pass to Oakley. Clock at 6. Garnett outside. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Butler from outside. Hands it from downtown.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. With the floater, Curry with the steal. Fast break, the Hawks. Butler with the ball. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Garnett against Rose. McGrady outside. Love inside, guarded by Curry, and it's in there.
This is the one thing you can count on from Kevin Love. He's going to stay active in the lane.
Beal, the pass to Garnett from past the arc. Not going to go that time, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. Last time the net was right here, and they came out with the win.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
You can bet that was their game plan from the get-go. Don't be shocked if they're aggressive again today as well.
Here's McGrady.
And when you think about some of the most entertaining Hawks teams, my mind always goes to the human highlight film.
Reason why, he was a 9-time All-Star, NBA scoring champion, had some legendary matchups against Larry Bird and Chuck Person, to name a few. One of the most electrifying players in the history of the game.
Pass to Garnett for 3. Again, Garnett missing. 76ers have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game. Shaq passes to McGrady. The kick out to Rose. The 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Butler on the way. Lets it go. And Shaq pulls it down. The 76ers lead. Pass to Rose. The pass to Van Arsdale. He feeds it to O'Neal. Love trying to break loose. And O'Neal gets it to go.
And it takes a lot to knock O'Neal off balance. A massive player who just fends off the D.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
So both teams changing it up here.
And And here's a look at some stats for Westbrook. Coming off a terrific season. First in assists, ninth in steals, and he did his share on the glass, battled his way into the top 15 in rebounds per game.
And dropping a lot of dimes. He led the league in assists because he's the ultimate competitor, an absolute magician with the basketball. Back to Porzingis. Kicks it out to Garnett. Outside Kerr. To the middle. Here's Houston. Some solid defense from Battier.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Shaq with the slam.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
Out to Porzingis. Pass to Garnett. Trying to end the drought. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
This is year 2 for Lloyd Pierce as an NBA head coach. Still in his early 40s, the Hawks, the perfect opportunity for him to grow and develop alongside his players.
Fields checked in for Steph Curry.
And Garnett, a vocal leader, always trying to psych his guys up and get into the head of the opponent.
Back to Richardson. So it's Richardson with the jam.
And with Josh Richardson, they love his size in the backcourt and his mobility. He moves extremely well.
Now Garnett. To the left wing, and here's Westbrook from the arc. No good. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. Back right after this. Russell Westbrook has surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his teammates.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be a better leader. Leadership was a huge thing, and I felt the way I reacted to certain plays and my facial expression.
You can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you guys from the 76ers in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And so in the game for the Hawks, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Garnett. And there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Houston at the 3 spot. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive. That edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Yep, it counts.
For Rubio, he's someone who doesn't necessarily finish much at the rim, so hitting the floater is key.
The Hawks trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Westbrook passes to Beal. They grab their own miss. Garnett. Good work defensively by Rodman.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
It's good on the putback.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Rebound by Anderson Varejao. Varejão's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Rodman to hit with the block. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Hopefully he's checked in for Kevin Garnett. When it comes to just the love for the game, Smitty, does every NBA player have to have that, or is it possible to not love the game, embrace the game, and work through it in that way?
You know, I think 90% of the guys have a love for the game. I think there are some guys that just don't love it, but they play it. And there's nothing